me Michelle Hon, coach and mentor, a published author, and as well as influencer on social media. Hi guys, welcome to this next episode of StratXchange, where we discuss ideas and strategies about how we can use digital platforms better for our businesses. I'm really excited today because I have with me Michelle Hon, or as some of you all know her, the Chill Mom on Instagram. Michelle, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Michelle, what got you into this line of being a coach, a mentor, a published author, and as well as influencer on social media?
It didn't happen overnight. It's over a number of years, actually quite a long journey. So I started my blog as a stay-at-home mom in 2013. The blog grew into a consultancy business where I help expecting parents plan the arrival of the babies. Then I wrote a book about it, then I become an author, I suppose, when you have a book. And then Instagram started, put my content on Instagram. And so a lot of moms who follow me since my mom blog, they ask me how I started my business from home, and they're interested to earn an income, right? I mean, a lot of moms now, when we become a mom, we have to decide, all of us, all women have to decide career or baby. So I'm showing them that, hey, you can have the third option of earning an income from home. So that's why I started MomBoss Academy.
Right. As an entrepreneur myself, I can hands down say it's one of the toughest things in my life to be able to start and run a business.
Yeah.
Now you are doing that and raising 3 kids at the same time. Tell me, on a scale of 1 to 10, how difficult is that really?
9. That's always more difficult than what it is currently now. But I think if you have, like yourself as an entrepreneur, if you have a vision, you have a purpose, you don't see it as difficult all the time. You see it as little hurdles that you have to get to or get over to get to your purpose, your vision.
Nice. And what is that purpose and vision for you? Like, what are you gunning towards?
For me, I think it started with becoming a mom. I feel like now that I have children, I no longer live just for myself. I want my children to look up to me as a role model. And doing this for women is also very close to my heart because my mom was a stay-at-home mom, and she was, in a less than ideal marriage, but she was trapped in there. And I felt like she had so much potential. All she needed was a mentor to show her that she can do it, and I want to be that mentor for other women who are in my mom's position.
Excellent. Talking about mentorship and all that, tell me a bit about this MomBoss Academy that you started last year.
Okay, so it's really to show women that you can start a business from home, and especially I feel like we are the first generation of women who have the technology. We have the blessing of the technology to do something from home, like, with the current situation, we needed to do meetings and we're able to do that over Zoom, and you can easily just start a website and then start your business from home and start selling from home, whereas women of our mom generation were not able to do that. So why not take the advantage of that, be that, and we want us to be the first generation of women to show, because I have 2 daughters, I want that when it's their time to become moms, they see that there are a lot of role models before them who have taken this path.
Right. Where can women who are interested in being part of this MomBoss Academy, where can they find out more information or sign up for it?
Okay, so follow me on Instagram, The Chill Mom, or go to michellehon.com. Yeah, you'll find all the information that's there. Right. And even if you don't sign up, even if you don't, I know a lot of women who are in this situation where they don't have immediate sort of like investment to invest in themselves. There's tons of material that you can download. There's blog posts that keeps you inspired. So yeah.
Michelle, you wrote this whole wave of digitization and starting from blogging and then going on into probably having a website and starting Instagram and all that. What do you think about this journey and how far you've come? Because it's been a very short amount of time that Instagram really took a foothold in terms of how brands and influencers connect to consumers, right? Well, what do you think about this journey and where we are today?
Yeah, you're right. It has really changed tremendously just over, 3-4 years. Instagram was just a photo sharing site and to share with your family members who probably don't live near you, things like that. And then it becomes almost like a full-on e-commerce site now, right? You can immediately shop and buy something from them. People go on there looking for inspiration. And I think people are also more accepting that there will be paid posts. Right? You go on there and like, hey, I just want to be inspired. And especially during this past circuit breaker period, I find that I go on there and see a lot of other moms. In a weird way, we are all experiencing the same time, the same thing at the same time, going through the same fears. We're no longer just stay-at-home mom, working moms, or mom entrepreneur. We're all stuck at home with our kids trying to make things work. And that, in a way, gave us a sense of, comfort, like a strange, there you go.
Throughout the time that you have started Instagram and you've grown to this, humongous number of followers that you have today, right? You must have worked with many different brands in all kinds of activation and collaboration and stuff. If you had something that you could advise brands who are thinking of working with an influencer, ambassador like yourself, what are some things that you would tell brand owners or product managers?
I must say that I'm very happy with the most of the recent projects that I took on. I find that they have given a lot more thoughts about who I am as a person and work with my lifestyle instead of just here's a brief, and it does not really match what I am as a person or my lifestyle, my kids, or it's a direction that maybe is something that I don't believe in. So I find that marketers today and brand owners, if you do want to work with influencers, maybe do a bit more research about who they are, what they stand for. So it just becomes more natural and easier for us to come up with the content. It's just a natural extension of us to, hey, I love this product because it goes in with my current lifestyle and this is what I believe in.
All right, if you're hearing a little bit of pitter patter in the background, that's the rain that just started pouring over the building that we are in. We're going to keep going, so bear with a bit of the noise, all right? But Michelle, back to where we were, and beyond the advice to brands about studying the influencers and the ambassadors they want to work with a bit better, what type of advice would you give to aspiring influencers, for people who are moving down that path of growing a following and wanting to work with brands? Like, what kind of advice would you give someone like that?
I think first of all, is this really what you want to do? Right? It's not just
good question, right? Starts with a why.
Exactly. It's like it's not like, I see so and so doing well and they got brand collaboration. That's what I want to do. Is it really you want to do? And there's no one size fits all advice, because there are influencers or Instagram pages that thrive on really well taken photos and maybe not too much caption, and you also get those who are perhaps not perfect images. Like my images, I don't think they're tip top, but probably you focus more on storytelling and caption writing. So maybe just think for yourself, what is your strength, and develop on that. And also, I find that these days, if you do want to work with brands, expand yourself. Don't just narrow yourself to, I'm really interested in cooking and just become a food influencer, because you are a whole person. What else do you care about besides cooking? So in that way, maybe you are more appealing to more brands to want to come on board and work with you.
Right. And speaking from your own experience of building up your following and all that, how did you decide or land on the type of content that best represents you as a person? Like, what goes through your mind when you see a picture or Instagram story that you're about to post? What goes through your mind in terms of, does this fit me or does this not fit me? Does this go on my feed or not?
I actually don't think that hard. It's just, I think when I first started, yes, I do post brand collabs and all that. And because I started out as a mom blogger first, so that Instagram was just an extension of the blog. So it's very much about my lifestyle as a mom.
Right.
And then in between sponsored posts, then I just really sharing about my kids, about what I care about. And now that they're a bit older and they're not babies anymore, then my content tends to skew towards entrepreneurship and self-development about a bit more, because that's what my focus currently is on, MomBoss Academy. Yeah.
So I'm hearing very clearly there are two main parts to it, the entrepreneur in you and the mom in you.
Yeah.
But honestly, which is harder?
Mom. Being a mom is harder.
Much harder. Huh?
Much harder.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, you can be a mom, you can be an entrepreneur, right? Just with the right
Yeah,
guidance.
exactly. I think like with business, you can always, it's really about testing, right? With business, you kind of like, okay, I'll test this method, whether it works or not, this strategy, this marketing strategy. Right. Oh, it works, then you keep doing it. Right. Oh, it doesn't work, then you keep, then you just switch it up and do something else. Right. Whereas with parenting, maybe I put a bit more pressure on myself, but like with parenting, you can't just test one way of parenting with a kid,
yes.
right? You have to be consistent, and sometimes you do screw up and you're like, oh, yeah.
I really like what you just brought up about the experimentation. I mean, as a digital marketer myself, it's impossible to know everything.
Yeah.
And sometimes you're struggling to figure out how the algorithm will react to this type of content or the strategies and all that. How does it work for you when it comes to the experimentation of what actually works and what doesn't?
Yeah, just really looking at data, as you say, like understand a little bit of algorithm. Because it changes all the time anyway. So let's not try to beat the algorithm and just work with it. Instead of trying to gain the algorithm, or people say, oh, instead of this, you go and like tag 1,000 of people on there to try to gain the system. Yeah. Just try to work with it. Understand which platform that you're posting and what is the objective of that platform. Can you work with them?
Right.
And if they want good quality content, because that's what a platform wants to do. They want you to stay on the platform and not go away. Right. So if you just posting shoddy content and it's not good, people are not engaging on it, with it, then they just won't show more of your content because they don't want people to jump out of the platform. So continue to put really good content and not just post for the sake of posting.
I can't agree more with what you just said. Amazing. The amount of value that you can give in the content that you're giving. I hope this particular episode itself is something of value to a lot of aspiring entrepreneurs, people who are looking at setting up home-based businesses, or even small companies that are thinking of how they can adopt digital strategies better. Please talk to us, talk to Michelle about how you all can work with brand ambassadors. It's been a pleasure having you, Michelle. Thank you so much for taking the time to share with us your experiences being a mom and an entrepreneur at the same time.
It's been fun. Thanks for having me.
All right. So drop any comments that you might have or questions that you would like answered by either our team or with Michelle, and we'll be very happy to talk to you more. And look out for the next episode coming up soon.